Oh, my shirt is fine. And I think it's in, oh man, I don't know these cities around Chicago. These places. I can't. Okay, let me try to get this together. Shit.
Joe.
Blackula.
So then in June, I think the cruise we went in the end of February. We got back like March. Oh my God, I think we got back like March 5th, which is today. So a year ago today is when we got back. And so many things probably happened. Just life be life and all the time. But then in June, we had a celebration, a family celebration that I called Family Over Everything. And with Snoop passing away, one of the things that I've learned is that we gotta just stay tight with family. And you know, I'm saying that now, it's just like, I just need to find a way to just keep making this happen. But our Family Over Everything event was dope as hell. We had so much fun. We had family come in from out of town. Snoop's brother, my cousin Joey, came with his family, the Vons, and just all our cousins. We drank. We had the bouncy house for the kids. We had the 360 photo booth there. We did karaoke. Y'all know that Tevin Campbell song, come on, everybody in the family, everybody, no matter where you at, we do karaoke. We sing the song, Can We Talk? I can't sing, but it was so fun. So after June, then I celebrated my birthday. Did I go to Texas for my birthday? Yeah, I celebrated my birthday in Texas with my best friend. That is like my second home. I love Texas. I'm actually trying to build out my business in Texas as well. So I went down there for my birthday, and my best friend, she pretty much, her and her husband pretty much spoils me. She really is concerned about me being a single woman by myself, and her husband just celebrated 10 years. She really wishes the best and just want the best for me. So in the meantime, she like, you know what? Well, we gonna take care of you, you know, until then. And I love going to Texas because, you know, in their house, I got my own room. They're always feeding me drinks and jello shots. They own their own daiquiri spot in Texas for my birthday. Had an amazing time. Like, they did a whole birthday celebration. They sung happy birthday to me. It was really amazing. So August happened, and then we all know about that riverboat brawl. But they say that's the new June 19th. That was amazing to just watch play out in real life. I wonder what happened. I know the white men that started it, I think a couple of them got charged. And then, of course, October 10th, every year I celebrate my anniversary in my relationship with God. So 2023, I celebrated 13 years. So that was amazing. And then in November, I went on one of the best trips of my life. And that was a 10-night Greece, Italy, and France cruise in November, which is kind of bittersweet because I had one of the best times of my life. And at the same time, my mom was kind of sick on that trip, and that's a whole nother episode. Whew. And then we go to the holidays. My mom went into the hospital the day after Thanksgiving, and it was really bad. Like, I thought I almost lost my mother. Like, my mother could have died the day after Thanksgiving. Yeah. So that was a whole process in itself. She came home a couple days before her birthday on December 17th. So I thought it would be really nice to have and host Christmas Eve at her house. And that's what we did. And we had another great celebration with our family for Christmas Eve. Just thinking about going into 2024. You know, we always have those, New Year's resolutions. We always trying to get in the gym and all those things. And one of the things that I wanted to reflect on for myself, especially going through that process with my mother being in the hospital, is that I started to just think how I want to show up differently. When my mom went into the hospital with my father being gone, like, she had me in the hospital. Every day, no matter work, no matter how tired I I always wanted to show up for my mom because I didn't want her to be alone in the hospital. So I would sneak in through the emergency door, the emergency entrance, and try to get up before they locked the doors upstairs because I wanted to be with my mother and I wanted her to know that I was with her. So I visited every day, and it got me thinking about like what would happen if I went to the hospital. Like right now, today, if something happens to me, who would take care of me? And that right there, that's some sad shit, because it ain't nobody. I'm not married. I'm not even dating anybody that can even like maybe want to, you know, step up and help me if something happened. And I start thinking about insurance, and people tell me about Affleck. Somebody shared with me that Affleck is a way to go with insurance because you can insure, you know, in my business, I'm an entrepreneur, so there are no benefits. There is no, you know, life insurance stored up for me. There are no dismemberment insurance. There's none of that. There's none of that insurance you get from the corporate side when you work these 9-to-5 jobs. You know, as an entrepreneur, it's hard to find this insurance that you need. And somebody told me that Affleck will help me. You know, I can insure my hands, my feet, my legs, you know, but it costs money. You gotta pay into that like every month. And if something right now happens to me, like I go into like a county resource, right? I go into, you know, whatever it is that's wrong with me, I go into that kind of home, and we have to trust that these people that's working 9-to-5, that's making $15 an hour, we gotta trust that they'll take care of me, because there is nobody. Like, they're not even my daughter. You know, and it's just like when you start thinking about stuff like that, man, that shit can send you down a rabbit hole of depression. It's just really sad.
The Loud House. It's like a house full of 10 girls and 1 boy, and it's like it's just like a bunch of problems, and they always fight a lot.
Really?
Yeah. It's on Nickelodeon, but like when I was watching The Loud House, they actually didn't even show the parents' faces. But then after that, in a couple of more episodes, they actually showed them.
Really?
Yeah. And then also they made a movie about them in real life, and it was about like Christmas.
Joe. Come on.
So anybody that I can help take care of, or I can, you know, lend my hand to, that's living life, I want to do that, because I will want, and I hope that somebody will want to step up if something like that happens to me. Now, like we hope we live forever, and we hope we don't have any issues, no underlying issues like cancer or, you know, stroke, where, you know, parts of your body don't work. But unfortunately, like, these things are happening, especially the older that we get. So I'm definitely trying to think about taking care of myself better. And at the end of the day, that day is just, you know, things like this happen, and who gonna take care of me? So as I was, you know, helping with my mom with her clothes, washing her up, you know, I was thinking about that. Like, even if I wasn't here, like, who would do that for her? So what do we do? This is why we gotta be married, and this is why we gotta find people we want to spend the rest of our life with, and this is why we gotta find people that we like. Because it's happening, you know, sickness is upon us, and things happening to our body's shutting down. It's happening, and what do we do? What do we do? So I think about it, and I cry, and I think, like, and then like, you can't cry. It's like, don't cry, like, ain't nothing gonna happen to you. But we getting older, things are happening, and what we gonna do? that makes me sad. Like, I get really, really sad about stuff like that. But I gotta keep focused on, building my business and just keeping myself healthy and just being careful out here in these Chicago streets, and just throwing a hedge of protection around myself every day, covering myself with the blood of Jesus, and just hoping that nothing happens, and if anything does happen, that things will be in place to help me. Whew. So in thinking about that, I started to think about just affirmations for myself daily, and how I want to show up daily, and what kind of things I want in my life and what kind of things I don't want in my life, and the people that I want to be in my life and what kind of people I don't want in my life. Because right now, we're at the halfway mark, and it's like, I don't want to be dealing with the same bullshit I was dealing with at 20 and 30, especially when it comes to relationships. It's so hard to date now. First of all, you don't want to date nobody that you don't know, because strangers, they killing your ass. Shit. You gotta watch your drinks at the bar. I don't even want to go to no damn clubs. It's like, so how you gonna meet somebody, Ebony, right? It's just so many things. So I'm just trying to figure that part out. Where do you go to meet people? Where shouldn't you go to meet people? Then people want to hook you up with people they know, and it's like, nah. It's just so much. It's just so much. I don't even want to talk about that no more. But the affirmations that I'm coming up with for myself is like, I need to start figuring out the things that I'm going to allow in my life and the things that I'm not going to allow before things happen. In the Bible, David talks about, asking God for a way out of temptation before the temptation hits. And how I see that is like, before you get on that couch with somebody and you Netflix and chilling, y'all touching, y'all watching movies, that is not the time to try to get out of it, right? Because it's hard, because you have these lustful emotions, and you're persuaded, or you just make the choice to want to do it. Like, you don't want to try to get out the temptation then, because it's too late. I want to figure out how to not get in the temptation, to not even have to worry about that. So I'm starting to I got to know when not to go and when to go. Like, I don't want to, somebody want to take you out on a date. What we should not do is go to their crib. 1, 2, it's like you meet outside, you go to a show, you go to a restaurant, and you do that for a few times before you actually go into people's personal space, or you allow them into your personal space. Because, man, and then these days, it's like, even when you get to know motherfuckers, it's like motherfuckers still out here trying to cause you harm. And that's women and men. It's not just men, because women out here crazy too. Shit. We gotta do some more Jointly Disconnected.
We really do.
Yeah, I think we got a lot to talk about. Jointly Disconnected, coming to a TV near you soon.
Coming to a distributor.
Coming to a distributor near you soon.
Think you gonna get away with it? Not up in here!
Not up in here!
That's where the content gonna come in at.
That's a dope plug.
Yeah, it is. That's where the content.
Joe,
So New Year's Eve, my goal for myself was, I wanted to find, every time I want somebody to pay for something for me, I always call it, I'm trying to find a sponsor. So my goal, like what I'm going through, this is a whole nother situation. My day-to-day activity and what I'm going through emotionally, financially, is just sometimes heartbreaking, right? And I can't even get into those things, because when you start telling your truths, it affects other people, then you hurt their feelings. So you can't even talk about really what you're going through. So one of the things I wanted to do for myself is New Year's Eve, I wanted to spend it by myself in a place where I had no distractions. So I was able to convince somebody to sew into me. If you believe in me and you know I got something, like I need 3 days away by myself to just get my head together, because something happened right before New Year's Eve that could have caused me to be in jail. I wanted to fight and I wanted to blow the whole fucking building down that somebody was in because of what they did to me. And I knew I couldn't go that route. So I'm like, I need to get my mind together, because I need to be available for the things I need to do for my business, for myself, for my godchildren, for my mother. So I convinced somebody to sow a seed in me. And what they did, they just gave me like a gift certificate that they had. And I went and I spent 2 nights and 3 days in this hotel. So New Year's Eve, I went to a bar, I had a drink by myself, and I went to this hotel and I was in this room by myself. We ain't gonna even talk about the safety measures I had for myself being in a hotel room by myself, but that's a whole nother video. But I was sitting in the room and I was just like, and I just released a lot of things, and I cried. And it wasn't cry like woe is me. It was just like, Ebony, you gotta do better. Ebony, you got to do better. You got to do better with your decisions. You got to do better with making different choices and decisions for your finances. Like, you got to be able to, search out different streams of income that, while you're sleeping, money can be coming in. It's like, you got to just get in a space to start putting it together. Like, I got the ideas and, I know what I want to do, but I got to find the resources. I got to find the money. I got to find the time to be able to lay it all out. And it's just like, that's what 2024 needs to be for me. I need to have streams of income coming in. I got all these t-shirts that, Jonathan has created for me. I thank God for Jonathan. Without him, actually it's coming on 6 years of our friendship. Without him in my life these last 6 years, I would not have been able to even do a third of the things that I'm doing now. He has poured into my life, and he believes in Ebony Sarah Louise Kelly, the brand. He believes in my business, and he puts so much time, and he puts so much effort, and he puts so much love into everything that he does for me. I'm so, so grateful. And now it's time that I take these things, and now we got to do something with it. So I have this t-shirt line that I just need to be able to find a place. I got to find a hosting site where I can be able to sell these t-shirts, because they're so dope. All of them are so freaking dope that I know people want to purchase them because they can relate to my content. I just gotta do things different. We already in March. Things gotta start moving. So I gotta get all these ideas from in my head. Gotta get it on paper. Then I need to find somebody with the money to fund all these ideas and fund and be able to pay for the time that it's taking me to lay all these ideas out. And then it needs to manifest. It needs to, whatever it's gonna do, I'm gonna sell something, whatever that is, it needs to happen, and it has to happen this year. Jonathan says all the time for himself that, the year 2024 is his year. It's his year that all the things he's been working on for his business, his company, is going to happen this year. And I see it. I see him working. I see him creating. I see it manifesting. I need to just try to figure out how to do those same things for me. Like, he is definitely an inspiration. For you come up with the idea, then you create around the idea, and then you put it all on paper, and then you actually put in the work to allow it to manifest. And I am in agreement. I know this is his year for whatever it is that he has planned. It's going to come full circle this year. And I'm just out here trying to do the same thing. And I want to show up different. I want to be able to have more time in the week to work on these things that's in my head, to get it out. I know I need an assistant. It's so many things that I need. There's so many things that need to happen. But that's going to happen this year. It's going to happen this year, 2024. Yeah, I just
gold. I kind of like,
You said nah.
it's like, well, I'm good at sleeping.
Okay.
And yeah.
Joe.
Okay, let's talk about these migrants, these immigrants, human migration. You don't have to look up that term. And it talked about, actually, let me read that right now. When I was looking into the migrants, immigrants, and human migration, I was like, let me Google and see what this human migration, what does that mean? And human migration is the movement of people from one place to another with intentions of settling permanently or temporarily at a new location. Baby, y'all should have let Trump build the damn wall. Look, I don't like Trump. I ain't vote for Trump. He is a racist asshole. Don't like shit about him. But some of his plans and some of the things he wanted to get in place was for us. I'm just saying. Biden is a pedophile. It's like the lesser of two evils. Which one you gonna pick? But anyway, they brought all these migrants to Chicago. And they have infiltrated the fucking city. And it's crazy because the system, the mayor, the government, all that, they're backing them with money. What they're doing is they're trying to house them in like schools that are not being used, or different clubhouses, or whatever, apartment complexes that, you know, haven't been used in a long time. They're trying to put these immigrants in these locations, and then they want to put money behind them. Meanwhile, you have black men, women, and families out on the street looking for people to help, and they're not putting the resources behind them. There's a video, and it shows that the NPR report states that from August 2022 to December 2023, they put $252 million behind bringing 17,000 migrants to our cities. That's Chicago, that's New York, and I forget the other main cities. What they are doing, in my belief, they're bringing these migrants in and they're trying to cast out the black vote. Because if you bring these migrants in, you tell them how to vote, and then they'll back anything that the government is doing. And they're trying to, the black vote will be nulled. Now, the Chicago mayor did back this plan of putting these millions and millions of dollars behind them. But then like a month ago, I found out that he backed out of this plan. I need to figure out what that's about. There's a video of a town meeting, and this guy, he breaks all of this down. And, you know, I want to be able to show that video, and just talked about how it's different cases around the city of Chicago and these different neighborhoods where they're trying to bring these migrants into these neighborhoods and just take over the neighborhood. They want to give them money, they want to give them jobs, they want to put them in school. Meanwhile, we have so many issues surrounding all those things in the black community, but they're not putting the money behind us, which shows you they're trying to bring these migrants in to like cast out the black vote. Just think about it. They keep bringing these migrants in, they find a way to make them citizens, right? People like, well, you can't vote unless you're a citizen. Oh, they gonna find a way to make them a citizen. And then if they become citizens, that means they have the power to vote, and then they vote the way the government wants them to vote. And then it's like, who's gonna be there for the black community? They're just gonna like X us all out. They're already killing our men in the street, the police, right? And then they're bringing these guns into our communities to help us kill each other in the street. They are, so many things happening. So many things happening. Look, the wall should have been built. This wouldn't be happening. And I don't like none of it. They're tearing our city streets up. Downtown is horrible when you drive past these different areas downtown. They sitting outside. They are sleeping outside. The trash is everywhere, and it's like, what are they doing about it? They're not doing anything about it, right? Because why? It is the plan. It is the plan to bring them in. And it's crazy. They're robbing different stores. They're doing snatch and grabs in these different communities. It's just horrible. And they think they had issues with the black community doing it. It's like they're giving them a pass to be able to do it. And it's horrible. I don't even want to go downtown anymore. It's horrible. So there was a case in one of these neighborhoods that they actually took the alderman to court because they were trying to appropriate funds to help these immigrants. And the neighborhood was like, no, we ain't finna do that. And they actually took them to court and the neighborhood won. So the migrants are not going into the school that they want them to go in the neighborhood. And they actually fought for themselves, but that's just one neighborhood. I wonder how it can happen across the different states, Chicago and New York. And these mayors, man, they are getting paid to just fuck us all the time. All the time. They are getting paid and they're getting whatever, what you call that when you grease somebody's palm. Is that what it's called? They're coming up for like shitting on us, you know, shitting on the black community. And it's crazy, but I am gonna find out about our black mayor. He was behind the millions of dollars that they wanted to give for the migrants to get them like legal IDs and all that stuff, but he backed out. And so I wonder what happened with that. So yeah, I don't like none of this shit. We gotta do some more Jointly Disconnected.
We really do.
Yeah, I think we got a lot to talk about. Jointly Disconnected, coming to a TV near you soon.
Coming to a distributor.
Coming to a distributor near you soon.
Think you gonna get away with it? Not up in here!
Get up in here!
That's where the content gonna come in at.
That's a dope plug.
Yeah, it is. That's where the content.
Joe Blackula.
Jonathan, you have to remember, crust has to be crunchy.
Closing words, you got 5 seconds.
I am Ebony Sarah Louise Kelly.
Slap them thighs. Don't end it with the click.
They want to just bring these migrants until how many minutes we got?
2.
Yeah, I think I'm done after this. I don't even know how to end this. It's not just me, because women out here crazy too. Shit.
Joe
Blackula.